Out came out in theaters this past weekend, so now it's time to talk Simply Cinema. Hello everyone, I hope you're having a cinematastic day. I'm Josh, this is Simply Cinema, and before we get into my thoughts on this film, I'd love to hear yours down in comments below. Let me know what you thought of this film. What is it? Was it satisfying? Was it good? Was it bad? Or just somewhere in between? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below, and make sure to like this video and subscribe if you're new here, because we do talk all things movies and more. Knives Out is a crime drama directed by Rian Johnson, and upon his 85th birthday and the family birthday party that they hold for him, suddenly he is murdered in the night, and they have to figure out what is going on, how he died, and a private investigator goes into the case and it has to untangle all the mysteries behind who done it and what caused this accident to happen. Starting with the positive, the cast is brilliant with Armas, Daniel Craig, Chris Evans, and more, and each character is given their own part, is given their own likable character where you can get invested in their decision making and who they are as a character, how they fit in within the family and their relationship to the father who was killed. And even with the father's part, you get so much of him that gets you so invested in each and every character that makes you just enjoy the characters as they are and how they intertwine and intermix within the story. And the cinematography of this film is brilliant, as you get great camera angles, great movements with the camera, and just the action that is kind of small but still present within is just a pleasant surprise to get within the film. Because even when you get just a talking, sort of sit down moments with the characters, it's really enjoying, really compelling, and really interesting, that really grabs your attention and brings you into the film, brings you into questioning who done it and who is the real killer and what is going on with all of this and how all of it is going to turn out in the end. And while it feels predictable in some certain moments, those predictions are just taken away and changed because Rian Johnson is just so good at changing your perspective on what's going on and twisting the reality of where it's taking the film and reverts your expectations of what's going to happen. Surprisingly enough, this ended up being more like a comedy, as well as there's just a lot of laughter that came from me and from the crowd within the whole movie. And while the trailer set up some comedy and makes you think there's going to be some funny moments with how it all works out, it's just invested throughout the whole movie, and it gets you laughing, and just it really brings out some humor within this situation that doesn't necessarily ruin any of the moments when it should be moody and really toned down. It's just there to lighten up the movie and be intertwined in with just the right amount of time. And that's what I really enjoy about what Rian Johnson brings to the table of Knives Out. Moving on to the negatives, all I gotta say is really there were moments where the film was a little lengthy at times. Not everything lined up perfectly, in the sense that there were some little moments that were drawn out and then it went quick. Some of the pacing was just a tiny bit off in that regard, but it's just a little mixed feeling that I had in some little moments that makes me still really enjoy the film as it is, but just there's some moments that it could have been cut down as much as I enjoyed the length of this film. Those were just my personal spoiler-free thoughts on this film of Knives Out, directed by Rian Johnson. I'd love to hear yours down in comments below. Make sure to leave no spoilers for any of those that haven't seen it yet, because this is a really good film that can't be spoiled with ruining the mystery. And I definitely think I would watch it again, maybe in theaters, but definitely more and more as it comes out on DVD and Blu-ray. So those are just my thoughts, and I'd love to hear yours down in the comments below. Make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, and make sure to subscribe if you're new here. And also be sure to check out these other videos on the right hand side of the screen. And after I reviewed Star Wars The Last Jedi from my Star Wars Journey to the Rise of Skywalker reviews. I'm going to be ranking all 5 Rian Johnson films from the worst to the rest. So you don't want to miss that, make sure to subscribe. And I'll be back for more movie reviews, rankings, and more.